What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So, we have the much talked about fight between Dillian Whyte and the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder. Now, this fight isn't official. However, just this weekend that passed, Dillian Whyte had defeated Oscar Rivas via decision, and he's now the mandatory for the winner of Wilder and Fury, if that fight even takes place. The fight between Dillian Whyte and Wilder could actually take place over the preferred fight by some people over Fury. So we'll see if Wilder can get past Ortiz. Maybe Dillian will be after Wilder, and maybe he won't have to fight some other, maybe lower opposition that Eddie Hearn is trying to get through. So this video is just an overall breakdown of who will win. These are two fantastic fighters, two very good boxers, and this is a very thorough breakdown of who will win, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, who's most likely to win, the more likely outcomes, the scenarios, and pretty much the overall fight, how it's going to play out on the night. So we've got Dillian from England, been following him for a long time. He's very good. And then obviously from Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Alabama in the USA, you've got Deontay Wilder, the Bomb Squad man, obviously the bronze bomber, the most devastating puncher in all of boxing history. Definitely a top five indeed. So pretty much we're going to outline who will win between these two because they're very similar in their style of fighting. So we're going to break it down. So get your popcorn ready. Here we go. So these are the tips here. You can pause the video at any time and slow it down if you want. These are Dillian's pretty much biggest strengths. Obviously, the body punches, as he's called the body snatcher, is one of his biggest assets that he has. So we're just going to show Dillian Whyte highlights here. So obviously these are international heavyweight bouts and interim shots and more so low opposition. And then as his career has gone by, he's fought much higher opposition, and that's completely normal. So you can see here that Dillian is a pretty relentless fighter. He likes the pressure. He likes to get you on the ropes. Obviously, this is early days, so this is maybe 2014, 2015 when he's really starting out. It looks very different here as well. This is one against the Doncaster De La Hoya, Dave Allen. Dillian's very good at going to that body. He's very good at mixing it up. He throws the right and then the uppercut. Nice little slip there. He throws the uppercut, and that can give you a lot of problems. Again, we see that. Nice through the middle. And his combinations here aren't, the ones like a Pacquiao or a Mayweather, but he gets it done. He does what works for him, and here we see the hands are down a bit more. He's very relaxed in there, and he's able to fight off the ropes there, you can see, and kind of control Dave Allen, and he won that one by unanimous decision. So Dillian Whyte really has to play to his strengths. He has to play to his strengths, use those body punches. You can see that right hook to the body, it's very active. In this fight, he uses the uppercut as well. That left hook to the body is a signature move of his. If he gets you with that, he's going to tire you out very quickly. And there's a nice, consistent jab here. He's got that counter right as well. A few combinations there. The overhand right is also an overlooked punch of Dillian Whyte. It's not the most powerful punch, but it does get your attention. And again, those body shots, that right hook, that uppercut, all the body shot combinations, left to right, right to left. He'll double up sometimes. He'll go higher, then he'll go low. And he got out of the way there. So his actual head movement is pretty good as well. So Dillian Whyte's one of those kind of street guys. He's a very raw fighter. But as time has gone on, he's really improved as a fighter. And people really do write him off. He has a really good chance at beating Wilder. This is a much better performance here against Chisora. This is a real war here. You can see he plays a lot of the counter-punching part. Chisora's coming forward, and he's using that left hook, digging to that body. That could really give Wilder some problems. That's a beautiful combination, one of the best he throws. Again, there's that overhand punch and the right hand through there. We see Dillian, he has a good variety, and he's punching off the ropes here as well, and that's a very good skill to have. That nice three-punch combination. Again, that right hook to the body. This is a bit sloppy here from him. However, He does like to have a tear up, but as of right now, he's kind of changed that. He can have a tear up if he wants, but he's still pretty technical at this point. Again, using angles, using that left right through the middle, right hand, left hook to the body, mixes it up very well. He'll throw a 1, 2, 3 to the body. That was just a slip there. That was the final round as well. Good combination there off the rope. So Dillian Whyte, he can fight in different areas and he can fight in good spurts. Um, and yeah, he won that one by decision. That was a very close fight, but a very good performance by him as well. Dillian, this is the one I got really impressed with because this is a taller fighter here, about maybe 6'5", 6'6", and he was really digging the body here, really doing damage. And it only takes a couple of body shots from Dillian Whyte. He's a very hard puncher. He's very underrated with his punching power. And this guy just slowly goes down. And that's what Dillian will have to do with a guy like Deontay Wilder. He'll have to break him down, he'll have to counter him, and he'll have to hit that liver and those kidneys because it really will. There's a nice little angle step there, another good body shot as well, using the angles there. The key for Dillian is to not come in a straight line against big guys. Did you see there he got clipped by a little uppercut, but that body shot just closed the show. This one's very interesting. Dillian closed the distance pretty well here. It was a bit of sloppy work from him, but he was good at closing in and getting those body shots off. You can see here that he slips that jab and gets on the inside. He'll have to close the distance with Deontay Wilder. He'll have to get past that jab, that stiff jab, and land that shot. Beautiful coming in, and the hand's got to be up as well. You can see that he tries to use that jab as much as possible and throw that right hook around the corner or the overhand right, which is another underrated punch. Good uppercuts here as well. So you can see if Whyte can maintain this pace and really pressure Wilder, he can win. Now, this is where feints like here, you can see off the jab, will really offset Wilder. But we're going to now outline a few things that Dillian should improve on. So here he's fighting Rivas. Hopefully this doesn't get blocked. We see here in slow motion, Dillian, he's reaching out with that right hand. He does this quite a lot. And Rivas was a bit too short and he stepped back as he jabbed. But you can see he comes in and he can shoot that right hand over the top. Now, this is a bit more interesting because after Dillian gets punched, these hands drop. Now, you cannot drop your hands in front of a guy like Wilder. Wilder's 6'7" with an 83-inch reach. You can get away with that with a guy at 6 foot, but not a guy the size of Wilder. Good counter right there. And again, here, Dillian has a very good guard, and these punches aren't really getting through. But again, the hands are down. He can't be smart. He can't be joking around like this with Wilder. He will not get away with it. Even here as he's throwing punches, he's square, he's right open, and I feel like Wilder can really just hit the 1-2 down the middle, or even a left hook. If he's got Dillian there, it's an open target. You see here as well, this is where Rivas just dropped Dillian Whyte. This will play into a lot of stuff we looked throughout the video, so that was a pretty good uppercut, pretty good combination. That will be also key for Wilder as well. And Dillian did a pretty good job to get back up there as well. And here again, this is just a combination Rivas gets at the end here with Dillian Whyte. This is really where we have to look at the fight. So we got Anthony Joshua here, who's a similar size to Deontay Wilder. Now, straight off the bat, Whyte has his hands down and bringing them up at the last minute. He's trying to counter here and to kind of duke it out with Joshua, but the hands are still down. You cannot be fighting like this against Wilder. He will catch you very early and he will put you away. You can see here that Dillian, he's trying to ride it out. He's trying to move his feet, which is smart, but the hands have to be up. You can see he's pretty open, and he does, get clipped by that left hook there. Even here, when there's a lot of space, Joshua was able to lunge in and send that right hand. And again, this is perfect for Wilder. He could get Dillian on the ropes and then let his shots go. Obviously, Wilder doesn't throw combinations like this, but given the power that Wilder has, I think he can end the fight pretty early, especially if Dillian comes out like this. Again, sent back to the ropes. Bear in mind, this is from 2015, but we just saw with Rivas that he does a very similar thing. When he's finished punching or after he takes punches, the hands still do come down. in his most recent fight against Rivas, and he's done it here as well. So it looks like it's an issue that's been tweaked a little bit, but hasn't been fixed. And he's still getting hit, even though it's not clean. Wilder doesn't really need to hit you clean, especially if it's hitting these. A lot of these are hitting the temple, hitting the shoulder, and we know Dillian can have problems with his shoulder at times. This is where he busted his shoulder in this fight as well. So Dillian needs to move constantly, sort of the Tyson Fury formula, or possibly the Artur Spilka formula, and just in terms of not getting hit for a certain period of time. Hands are still down, and again, he is out of range, yes, but you can also see Dillian is quite wild as well, so that's another factor. Now here is, I think, the bit where Dillian hurts Joshua. You can see here that he's trying to duke it out again. He's getting hit with uppercuts from that long. I think that Wilder can really capitalize on that. And the hands are still down. Dillian's trying to sidestep there. Another counter that just misses. Again, this is where he hurts him now. This is where Dillian can get Wilder. We know Wilder's really wild, okay? And Joshua's a very technical fighter, and he still got caught there. And that was early in his career, but still, if Dillian can hurt Wilder and not blow his shoulder out like he just did there, he really can end the fight, and he can really make a big statement. And he can set the course for the fight if he doesn't end it there and then. Again, he lands a right hand, so Dillian has that one punch that can really stun you and that can really rock you. Again, he has to assert his will and dominance, but not exchange like this. He has to stay much tighter. I imagine Dillian will train to not fight like this with his chin up and be so upright. A very good body shot there. He has to use that a lot in that fight with Wilder. Again, these are highlights throughout the video that Dillian has. You can see that Dillian is trying to impose his will. He's using that right hand. He's even switched stance there, which is a good skill. Left hook there. He's still dropping the hands though, but he's able to slug it out. I just think with a big puncher like Deontay Wilder, with that left hook and that right hand, he will be able to end it. You can see there, nice combination from Joshua. And Dillian Whyte is very upright in this fight. And I would imagine, again, he got caught with two right hands. They're still coming back, but you cannot take shots like that with Wilder. Very good right hand straight through the middle. And again, the hands drop. You cannot play around with Wilder. This is what Wilder means when he says, he's a killer, and he means that he's, a beast in there, and he means that he doesn't play around, because if he sees these opportunities, he will, for sure, go for them. And if he doesn't go for them early, he'll go for them at a good time throughout the fight. Dillian has a lot of heart and will, so he's really hanging in here. He's not badly hurt, but again, there's a difference between the power of Joshua and Wilder, and it's very apparent here as well. This is very interesting, this bit. So a counter right, one of Wilder's favorite punches, that counter right. He's so good at timing it. This is the golden punch for Wilder. Whyte cannot stand in front of Wilder. He cannot be giving away shots like these. If Wilder can line a shot up like this, he will finish the fight. And he will use a similar tactic to Joshua, as we're going to see in the next clip here. He keeps that jab out and he shoots a right hook over the top. We can see with Ortiz here, boom, he lines it up, gets out of the way, and then he goes in for that kill. So here we go, boom, hurts his man, and then he'll go back into action. Again, that pouring of the jab, the stiff arms there. Dillian's hand kind of goes down to a jab, and then that temple is exposed. Similar to Molina here as well with Wilder. Wilder sees that opportunity. We'll look at a comparison here. Boom over the top for Joshua. You can pause the video if you like and slow it down. Again, we see Wilder. He's got that jab. He blinds Ortiz, shoots a missile of a right hand through. And even though Ortiz's left hand is up, Wilder can get on that straight line back. So he's out of the way so Dillian can't counter. And then he springs into action. So that's good defense by Wilder there as well. So I'm going a bit all over the place here, but this is kind of outlining what Dillian shouldn't do and how Wilder can win. Again, when he's hurt, he does go a bit Bambi. He goes very stiff. This is another angle. Again, I just don't think that Dillian will be able to get out of the way of that right hand, especially Dillian's style of aggressive behavior and fighting. You can see here Dillian's hanging in there still. He's trying to show his survival skills, but still getting sent back to the ropes, even when he's covering. And this uppercut ends the fight. It was a devastating uppercut. Even though Dillian has learnt from his previous days of fighting, I still feel like there's a lot to learn from. He got caught with the same punch from Rivas. It was specifically a right uppercut. And although it didn't put him to sleep, it was a very hard punch and he did go down. He got sent through the ropes almost. It's very similar to here. So if he gives Wilder that space and that opportunity, he could get knocked out. But we're looking here as well. Dillian should use counters as well. Now, he doesn't have the reach advantage, but if he can obviously use that right hand, Wilder's going to be really put off and he's going to be offset. There'll be no momentum. Again, with Dillian, he has to stay a bit tighter when he's fighting in the pocket. He comes to fight, he's very entertaining, but he needs to use the body punches and those hooks in really tight spaces and then use his head movement to get out of the way. So for me, the left hook for Dillian is the punch. He gets under that right hand, throws a barrage of punches here, and then finishes Lucas Browne here with that left hook. So here we'll look at a very big similarity between Eric Molina. So Molina catches Wilder. You can see the comparison in both corners. If he can get on that angle and hit Wilder with that left hook, he can definitely finish the fight. Again, we see Molina. He finds those openings. Wilder's hands are down. And then in the next clip, boom, he kind of steps to the side, pivots, and then Wilder's hurt. But Wilder recovers pretty quickly. Again, the hands are down, and he has to get them up very quickly here. He has to get inside that space, that kind of grey area. He has to get past that. You get on that line, on that angle, and then get that left hook in. Wilder won't see it coming. No matter how good your reflexes are, if he gets you on that side, he will definitely knock you out. And again, a very similar one with the Joseph Parker fight. He has to stay tight and use those body punches. He's not called the body snatcher for no reason. He is a very good body puncher. He keeps it nice and tight. He uses this pressure on the ropes to get you backed up. Good head movement there by Dillian Whyte, so he's going to have to use that in the fight. Good uppercut as well. That will really do some damage if it lands clean. More left hooks, more left uppercuts, a good counter right there. And again, this is where he wants Wilder. He wants Wilder to feel pressure. Good counter right. Good counter right again. And then that left hook. So that's the real punch that can really set Wilder off. So you can see Parker coming in with the hands down. Takes it right on the button there. So we'll look at a very similar scenario with Ortiz. Wilder's trying to come in. Boom! Gets hit with that right hand counter. That right hook. If he gets hit with that right hook by Dillian, boom, you see the hand here drop just. You can slow that down if you want. But you see that technical side of Wilder could fail him here, and that's how Dillian could counter him. So if he gets Wilder with a left hand down or right hand down, he can do exactly what Ortiz is doing here. But I feel like Dillian's much fresher than Ortiz, and he could finish Wilder here. Now, Wilder's obviously very tough. Those body punches are a huge factor for Dillian Whyte. And if he can hurt Wilder like this, he really can end the fight. And it's not an overstatement. He has so much open opportunity to finish it. This is another example here. Boom. Gets him with that left hook. Chisora coming in with that right hand. You'll see here. When Wilder gets wild, there's an opening always. Very few have been able to expose it. So if he can time that wild right hand, he can get that angle. A nice shovel left hook right between that gap. Boom. Send him to sleep. Now Dillian gets hit there. The hand is still up again. Look at Wilder here. So those are the openings that are really there. It's the same with Fury in the 12th round. Wilder tried to bully him and finish him off. Fury countered with that right cross and that left hook. It's the same here with the left hook with Joshua. Boom, he hurts him there. Gets him right on the chin and he hurts him. So there's a lot of openings for Dillian Whyte to take. and there's really a big chance that he can win this fight. It's not as one-sided as people think. Dillian really can win this fight. So now we move on to the big man, the champ, Deontay Wilder. Obviously, these are the stats. You can pause the video. My biggest thing here is the counters from Wilder. Dillian struggles with counter punches and guys that come in very quickly. He struggles with speed quite a lot. He's not quite able to get out of the way of people too many. So this is the 12th round of Joseph Parker. Nice straight right. Sends Dillian Whyte to the ropes and down. You'll see here in the Stavern fight as well. Using the angles, that will frustrate Dillian. Boom. 1-2 down the middle. And again, using the counter right here against Gerald Washington. He measures up. Chucks that left hook in there. And that counter right is there for the taking. And even if he does get up, he could end it. Again, we'll see with the Joseph Parker one. Boom, hands it down. But Parker brings that right hand up really quickly. A monster of a punch there. Here we also see similarity. Wilder sends Blachowicz back to the ropes and boom. Very similar with Joshua. Joshua is comfortable. Whyte very open when he's on the ropes. He can be dangerous when he's off the ropes, but he has his hands down a lot. And he's still getting caught here, even though it's not flush. So this is very important for Wilder here to stay disciplined, but also to have the opportunity to find that finishing shot. So sending him back with a shot that's not too clean, boom, right on the jaw, sending Blachowicz down. Again, this is similar with the final part of the fight. He can get Dillian in space where he's not comfortable. Again, boom, that counter right is a golden punch. You'll see it here in a similarity between Spilker. Boom, again. And Spilker's much more agile than a Dillian Whyte. So those are the real key punches. Again, a right uppercut and then that straight right. These are some of the clips. And credit to Motovideo as well for the footage. Boom. So if Dillian tries to come in with any of his wild hooks, because we see Dillian do get wild, Wilder could definitely put him out like that. All he's got to do is throw it nice and straight, and he will get that finish. And he can get caught coming in. Wilder can, but so can Dillian. And he did in this fight against Helenius, even though the highlights don't show the him getting hurt in the second or third round. He can get caught coming in, so it's important for Dillian to move that head. Wilder's also going to use that body jab. That body jab will tire Dillian out a lot. It tired Fury out throughout the later stages of the fight. That's another key secret to winning this fight. There's little body stabs there. And again, on the ropes, Wilder can get rid of anyone. Just near the ropes, not even on the ropes. He's got to use his speed as well, which Dillian will struggle against, which is a big factor in this fight. Now, the final part here is pretty much Wilder's jab. It's such an underrated weapon. You can see here, excuse me, him using it and not even connecting fully, just changing angles, using those knees, dipping, using feints, giving him different angles and views, a nice left hook. Again, what Wilder has to do is stay disciplined and not take punches like this. He has to keep those hands up at all times when he's in close with Dillian. That left hook from Dillian is going to be a real key here. And if he can find openings, Wilder almost got hit there, he really can put Wilder out of his misery in the fight. Also here, that's better from Wilder. So he goes for the 1-2, and Stavern tries a left hook, and boom, he covers. It hits him on the neck. So that's better defense there. Here we see another bit. Boom. He moves his head out of the way. Very good head movement. Uses that jab. So even when he goes to throw that counter, and even though the jab's not as clean, he'll be out of the way. And then he angles off to the side. So he's not a static target. You'll see here the 1-2 through the middle, and then he'll just lean back. Wilder's got very underrated defense. And before Stavern can get his hands onto him, Wilder's already off, bringing those hands up. Good defense by Wilder. Nice little feint there as well. And then back to the combinations. He gets out of the way, rides that shot, and then he covers up. So Wilder has to stay disciplined. Here, though, he cannot get caught with those punches. That hand must come back to the chin. And that was a very hard punch from Stavern. And Whyte hits harder than Stavern. So you must keep those hands up. Those openings are where Dillian Whyte can really take the fight. Good blocking there by Wilder. Keeps his hands up again. Answer with the jab. The jab is key in this fight for Wilder. It's probably key in every fight for Wilder. Nice little right hand there, measuring up. And we've seen Dillian, he struggles with that right hand coming at speed. Good jab by Wilder again. And again, that right hand got through, but Wilder very relaxed, and again cannot keep his hands down like Dillian Whyte. There's a few similarities there. Sometimes he smiles when he gets hit. You can't be doing that with a guy like Whyte. Again, you just see Wilder trying to measure that distance. Again, kind of pops in with that jab, gets out the way there. So yeah, that's the breakdown, guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I really do want to see this fight. If you put your predictions in the comments, I'll score up all the tallies and then upload a video just seeing what people think. Let me know what you think. You can go back and pause in between and just slow-mo the video, so put it in slow motion. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a very intriguing fight between two very good fighters. And I'm just really wanting this fight to take place sooner than later. I'd actually rather this fight than the Fury fight. So let me know what you think. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Peace.